Right, so you might be wondering, why am I on this video? Well, first of all, if you don't know how to solve the Rubik's Cube, then I don't know why you're on this video. You can just leave right now.
Boo, you suck!
But if you do know how to solve the Rubik's Cube, then you might be saying, out of all the videos about PLL algorithms, why this one? Well, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because this is the only one that actually does something valuable to you.
Oh no! No, 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 no. Oh no! No, 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 no.
I mean, the other ones teach you, and that's great, and they do have great ways of, showing the algorithms, and they're very colorful design. They have the algorithm labeled up and stuff like that, but they miss one key valuable thing, and that is teaching you how to practice it. Like, legitimately, a lot of people have the issue of having an algorithm, and then they know the algorithm, but then it's just making it stick into their muscle memory that's difficult. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you, but you have to wait for the end until that. You have to wait for the end. Be patient. Be patient. You might also be asking, why do I have this blindfold on? Honestly, I have no idea. I saw it and I took it, but I'm gonna just label out the algorithms. I'm gonna split this video. This is the first part, obviously, because you can see by the title, but I'm gonna label out the different algorithms in terms of pattern recognition. So the first one, for example, would be edge permutation. The next one would be corner permutation, then corner swaps, etc. So I'm going to label them out and split them up into different videos just so it will fit into my practice routine for you if you are in the beginner phase and you're trying to learn these PLL algorithms and they're just not sticking in your head. But hopefully it will be a method that you can, like with the practice tips that I give you, and you actually implement them. If you implement them, then they'll be helpful to you. Because if you don't, then what's the point? But you may have just stumbled upon this video, or you may have come here from my Instagram. If you don't know my Instagram, and you didn't come from my Instagram, and you want to follow me on Instagram, then bam, that's my Instagram name right there. God of Cubes. Follow me. Okay, cut that out. So when I started learning PLL algorithms, it did take me a while to get it down, but then I was like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna just do it. And I realized that I started using techniques to learn and memorize, and then it became easier. So I can memorize like 3 algorithms a day now, and that's with me not practicing. Like, I don't learn algorithms anymore, but when I did, I was learning like five algorithms a day and just running it through. So I'd learn like an F12, OLL, PLL. That's pretty much it. But I would learn like two F12s and 2 PLLs and then 1 OLL. But there we go. That's it. I'm going to show the video right now, and I'll see you back for the practice tips at the end of the video. So the first algorithm I'm going to cover is the UA perm. It's one of the easiest algorithms, and this one is when you have a sort of swap that goes at an anti-clockwise motion. So you see this one needs to go here, this edge needs to go here, and this one needs to go there. So there are 2 ways you can do this. This is the first way, by using RU moves. It goes R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. The second way you can do this is by using M moves. So this one's also really nice when you can execute quickly, and it goes M2, U, M, U2, M, U, M2. The next algorithm I'm going to talk about is the UB perm, which is a slight change of the UA perm, but it's still very similar. So if you can see, it goes in a clockwise motion where this edge needs to go here, this edge needs to go here, and this one needs to go there. So it's a 3 cycle. And the way this algorithm is executed is by doing R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. You can also execute this with M moves, and this one goes like this. So M2, U, M, U2, M prime, U prime, M2. This algorithm is the Z perm, which is a really nice algorithm that can also be executed quickly, and where you have the swaps that where this edge needs to go here and this one needs to go there, and this one needs to go here and this one needs to go there. So a quick way you can do this is just M2, U, M2, U, M prime, and then you rotate this U2 so you have this edge over there, and then you M2, U2, M prime, and U2. And that's how you solve it. Now, the other nice edge case we have, which uses M moves, is the H perm, and this one is just a swap of the opposite corner. So this edge needs to go there, and this one needs to come in front, and this one needs to come here, and this one needs to come in front. And the way you execute this is M2, U, M2, U2, M2, U, M2. Alright, so you've watched the video, you've seen all the edge permutation algorithms, and now you're like, okay, that's good, but how do I, one second, turn on the lights. How do I practice now? Because I know the algorithms, I've seen it, and I like the algorithm that you showed or not. And then you're gonna say, okay, well, what now? Well, first of all, split them up because, okay, my next video is gonna come out on Friday. And that's gonna be the next part of the the PLL algorithms. So between now and Friday, you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days. 4 days for the 4 edge permutation algorithm, so you learn 1 each day. If you want to, memorize 2 each day, but it's really about solidifying what you know with the algorithm. So once you learn an algorithm, the way I would probably say, so let's say you have let's say you have a U-perm. I'm going to do the U-perm right now. So you have this case. I don't know if this is UA or UB, I really don't know, but you shouldn't be trying to memorize the algorithm. That's not what you should be trying to memorize. You should be looking at the cube and seeing the patterns that the blocks build. So for example, I'm going to turn this way and show you the cube this way. So I just know this is going to go left. This 2 block is going to go here. It's going to go there again. And then I'm just going to put this back and down. That's the way I used to memorize it. So I don't think about it in terms of algorithms. I think about it in terms of blocks. But everyone is different, so you need to find what works for you. That's the way that works for me. But you need to find a sort of pattern that resonates with your understanding of the cube and makes logical sense to you. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Yes! Yes! It makes logical sense to you. And then once you find that, it's just about trying to recreate that algorithm and that pattern in your head. So you're like, oh, I'm not trying to remember. That's why most cubers, if you say do an algorithm slowly, most fast cubers, if you say do an algorithm slowly, they cannot do it. They can't do it. But if you tell them to do it super slowly, maybe they're just so used to doing it quickly they don't remember how to do it slowly. So what I recommend is take your time, find a sort of pattern recognition that you could do with the Rubik's Cube that you understand, and it's all about practice. So the first one, it'll take a long time for you to memorize, but the 50th algorithm would take you like 5 seconds to memorize. That's exaggeration, that's not true, that's so untrue, but it does get easier as you go on. So now, once you've done that and you found your own way of memorizing it, I would say, in my opinion, do it with the algorithm. Maybe look at the algorithm and then look at the cube and the pattern and how they move while you practice the algorithm when you first initially learn it, and try and understand how it works. And then after you do it like 10, 20 times, close your eyes, cover the algorithm, just close it, and then just try and do it from memory. Just legitimately try and do it from memory. If you mess up, solve the cube, redo it again. Solve it, redo it again. Solve it, redo it again until you start like, oh, yes, I did it. And you're like, okay, let me do it again. I messed up. Okay, let me do it again. I did it. And like you sort of cut down your error rate. And as you move on, obviously you're gonna be able to do the algorithm, and then you'll do it fluidly. Then you incorporate it into solves. And then when it does come into solves, you will forget it. Sometimes you naturally will forget it, just because when you were practicing, you were memorizing just that algorithm and you were repeating that certain algorithm. So obviously you're gonna know that algorithm in your head at that point in time, but then if it comes into a solve, and let's say you haven't had that algorithm in 30 solves, then you might be like, oh, what's this algorithm? No problem, don't worry, it happens. Go back to the algorithm. Understand, like don't solve past it. Stop solving, stop speed solving if you're solving. Stop it, time out. Get the algorithm, redo it, learn it, memorize it again, run it, boom, big shot, man's not hot, skip it, boom.
Me, man's not hot. I tell him man's not hot. I tell him man's not hot. The girl told me take off your jacket. I said, babes, man's not hot.
Then, once you're done with that one for the first day, or if you choose to do 2 in a day, then the next day, memorize or try and redo that same algorithm again. Try and do that same algorithm again from scratch. If you can't remember it, it's fine. Pull up the algorithm, learn it, try and re-drill it again, just a couple of solves, maybe 10, and then you move on to the next algorithm, and you do that on Wednesday. And then when you do that on Wednesday, you repeat the same thing you did on Tuesday, then you do the same thing on Thursday, and then you do the same thing on Friday. And then you would have the 4 permutation algos done. This is a slow method. It will take you 21 days to learn all PLLs, and it will take you 57 to learn all OLLs. But as I said, you progress as you go on, so you'll probably be memorizing 2 or 3 OLLs in a day if you're like a month and a half in or something like that. But it all depends on your speed rate, how you learn, etc. So if you do have any questions, just DM me, because I can personalize the information. I can give you proper tips, and I can just talk to you one-on-one if you need to on Instagram. God of Cubes. I hope you enjoyed. Give us a like, thumbs up, comment. If you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful. If it wasn't, then just thumbs down. Say you suck in the comments. And leave. I take criticism. I don't really care. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Deuces. Peace out. I'll see you on Friday. Whew. Oh, good luck practicing. Ma petite, ma petite, viens pas là que je t'explique. On va fuir avec Amérique et tu vas quitter ton mari.